Okay.
Yeah. Good evening, Kirti.
Good evening, sir.
Okay. So I'm sharing my screen. I have your CV with you.
Okay.
So can you give before that, can you please give a brief introduction about yourself?
Yeah. Myself, Kirti. I'm presently working in a Tech Alpha Global Innovations, and I have experience in a 3.5 years of experience in JMeter tool, and I have involved in designing the test plan and defining the performance scripts and script enhancements and script development, test executions, and after that comprehensive report based on the observations and recommendations.
Okay.
That's all for me.
Okay. So I'll go one by one in your CV, Kirti. So what is this 1.8 years of experience in QA level testing of? Can you explain some bit about this? What is this QA level testing of hardware modules?
That is the I have experience in modules checking um, like hardware modules, that is the ballot units, and we all know about the VVPAT, like elections. Um, uh,
Voting
uh,
machine.
yeah, voting machine, EVM machines. Yeah, EVM machines. In that we have modules like hardware modules like sensors. That sensors we have tested, QA level tested, and also I have involved in assembling those sensors also. That's
Okay.
it.
Okay. And later on, you move to performance testing career.
Yeah, yes.
Okay. So, any motivating factor or anything, any specific reason why you moved into performance testing or why you have chosen performance testing? Why did you choose performance testing career? Yeah. Okay. So, why did you choose performance testing career, Kirti? Any specific reason for choosing performance testing career?
And performance testing, we have a lot of challenges, and there is no coding career, and
Right. So it is a low coding or no coding career. Right.
yeah.
So no coding, is it absolutely no coding? Or what exactly is it? Is it low coding or no coding?
Low coding only, because we want to customize. If you want to write any custom coding, we
Then you
have to know
require
about the
coding, right?
JavaScripting, all that.
Then we require coding, right?
Yeah.
So is it low
Low
coding or no
I
coding? Which one describes aptly? Performance testing career aptly.
Low coding only.
Low coding, and some projects you will not have will not
No
have
coding
coding.
also.
Right. In some projects or most of the scripts. Right. Okay. So can you explain a bit about this performance test plan? How did you or else what are your roles and responsibilities, typical roles and responsibilities in any project or most of the projects?
Involved in the designing the test plan, performance test plan, and defining the performance requirements, and workload load scenarios and workload patterns, and scripting development, and script enhancements, and test executions, and monitoring and analysis of the at the time of the test executions, and generating the report
What are the
based on the
okay.
yeah.
Please go ahead. Please go ahead. Okay.
Reporting based on the like observations and recommendations after the post-run data.
Okay. Post test execution. Right?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So can you explain what are the test plan components? What does the test plan document contains?
First, overview of the application, and after that, application architecture, and purpose of the performance testing, and in scope and out scope, and the deliverables, and what are the what tool used for this application for performance testing, and how many load generators are you using for the this application performance testing, and load generators. Next, exit entry and exit criteria, and a SPOC, single point of contact, and RAID matrix, risk mitigation, and constant risk mitigation
plans, right?
Risk
For the risk involved, what is the mitigation plan for each risk? Okay. So we'll go one by one. So can you explain your application architecture? Any one of the application architecture?
Yes.
So can you so can you share your screen, or you can you can draw it on a piece of paper and you can show that. It's up to you. Either you can share your screen. I'll stop my screen share, or else you can draw it on a piece of paper and show that. Yes, anything is fine. So which one you want to, like, will you share your screen, or
I will draw on paper.
Okay. 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 Before that, Kirti, can you explain about your application architecture, the recent project or last project? Anything is fine. One of your, projects that you worked on.
Okay, I have recently worked on a project is Arthayantra.
Okay.
Orthos. The organization is Arthayantra. Which is Arthayantra project is a financial planning application for individuals.
Okay.
In this application, we have used Java and REST APIs, and in this application we have three main monolith.
Please wait. So is it a monolith application or a microservice application?
It is a monolithic application only.
Okay.
It will depend on the one function to another function.
Okay. So is it a on-premise or cloud application, cloud native application, or cloud hosted application?
It is a on-premise application only. We are trying to do it on the cloud native application, migrating to the cloud native applications.
Your application is getting migrated to cloud. Okay.
Yeah, migrated to. And
you will not in this, right?
No.
So development team, they are migrating from migrating from on-prem to cloud.
Cloud application, cloud native application.
Okay. So when did you develop the scripts on the on-prem application, or after migrating to cloud?
On-premise applications only. We developed on-premise applications only.
Okay. You developed scripts on on-prem application.
On-premise applications only.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Can you explain further? Like, can you elaborate what is that application all about?
When we can give the inputs to the application, we have three main components. Those are design, transact, and track.
Okay.
And we can give the inputs like family, income, expenses, assets, and risk profile, tax profiles, details, all those things, and spendings. It will give the output as a will give output as a how many goals you have achievable, and what is the health score.
What goals? What are those goals?
Financial goals, like buying a house, child education,
okay,
retirement funds, like that.
Okay. So if you give the financial goals, then what does the application does?
financial goals, it will calculate those it will calculate all the
Data, whatever data you
data
mentioned, it will analyze this
and
data.
it will give the health score,
What health score?
application financial health score.
Financial health score. Okay. Okay.
In this
That's it. Only
application,
financial health score.
financial health score and how many goals you have achievable. You are achievable.
It will show how many goals are out of those are achievable. Whatever goals the individual has given, it will tell like how many goals of those are achievable. Right. And yeah, please go ahead. And
in this application,
can you explain your application architecture?
in this application, we used one web server and one application server and 2 database servers. Our applications are web server is a engines and application server is a
one second. Please go ahead.
In this application is a 3-tier architecture application. For we have a one web server, one app server, and 2 DB servers. And first
2 DB servers. What are those 2? What is the purpose
one
of 2
relational database and a non-relational database. Non-relational database MongoDB, and relational database is a PostgreSQL.
What is that? PostgreSQL.
Yeah, PostgreSQL.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the other one is MongoDB.
MongoDB.
Okay. So what is the purpose of MongoDB? Why did they use MongoDB there?
When we upload the Aadhaar card or any documents,
okay,
that will be saved in the MongoDB database.
Okay.
And with in relational database, data can be stored in a table form.
Okay.
And in this web server engines, app service is Tomcat.
Sorry to interrupt you. So you mentioned that they are migrating to cloud, right? So what is that cloud? To which cloud the service provider they are migrating exactly? Any idea?
Service provider, Control-S.
What is that? Control-S.
Control-S.
Control-S cloud. Okay. All right. So yeah, go ahead. So yeah, tell me something about your architecture. Anything else to explain about your application architecture? Okay. Why did they come for performance testing? So what is the objective of doing performance testing for that particular project or application? Yeah. So why did they come for performance testing, Kirti? In continuation to my previous question. So what is the objective of doing performance testing for them?
That
yeah.
That the Arthayantra organization to
okay. One second. So is it a browser based application or what kind of application is that?
Web application.
Web application. Okay. And it is a Java application. I think you mentioned that it is a Java application.
Yeah, right? Java application.
Okay.
We are using APIs also.
REST APIs, using REST APIs. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, why did they come for performance testing? What is the objective of doing performance testing? So you might have involved in test plan preparation, right? So what is the objective of doing performance testing?
To know the stability of an application and scalability of an application, reliability of an application. Okay. For response time of an application. Okay. To determine those are all those things. And if you have application as a more than page load time more than 5 seconds, the people convert it to another website. So we need to go for the performance testing.
Okay. Is there any specific reason why they came to performance testing in this instance, or just as part of QA process they came for testing, or is there any specific reason? Did you get my question? So did they come for performance testing as part of QA process, or or did they face any issues and they came for performance testing? Did they face any performance bottlenecks and came for performance testing?
Yes, they face some performance issues. Those are the whenever the organization given demo for huge people, their application
Can
working
you
fine.
quantify that?
But
What is meant by Can you quantify that? What is meant by huge people? What is that count?
Like 400.
Okay.
400 people. The application working fine, but after when with 500 users, application got a performance issues like for page not found. And high response, getting the high response
What is
times.
the response code for that page not found?
404.
404 not found. Okay.
So to eliminate those performance issues, they came for
performance testing to your
performance
organization.
testing.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Then yeah. Can you explain the performance testing life cycle that you followed, or what was your approach, and what are the different types of performance testing that you suggested them, right? And did you identify any issues, and how did you fix them?
First of all, performance testing life cycle involves first RFI and RFP, next NFR gathering, next test plan preparation and script development, sanity testing, and after that script review and test environment setup, and after test executions.
Okay.
After that reporting, and after that identifying the bottlenecks, and eliminate again we going for the reporting.
Okay.
With the bottleneck elimination.
Once you
and giving to the recommend.
No, please wait. So once you identify some issues and you reported them, so did you fix them, or you gave some observations or recommendations to the client?
Most of the time we can give the observations and recommendations. If you have if we have any access to the servers, we can fix that.
Do you have those server access in this particular project? So okay. Let me ask you like this. So what are your roles and responsibilities in this? Out of all these performance testing lifecycle activities, what are your roles and responsibilities that you performed or you are involved?
Script development.
Okay.
And script enhancements.
Okay.
And test executions. Monitoring and analysis.
Monitoring and analysis. Okay. So what monitoring tool did you use for this application?
InfluxDB and Grafana. Okay. And also Elasticsearch, Kibana, and FileBeater.
Okay. So what is InfluxDB? Can you tell something about InfluxDB? What is InfluxDB?
InfluxDB is a time series database.
What is the meaning of that time? What is meant by time series database?
It will post the JMeter results to the results with the timestamp.
Okay. It will post the results. It will save the results along with the timestamp.
Okay. And we are using in this project InfluxDB as a database. And
database for what?
To store the JMeter results.
To store the JMeter test results. Right. Okay.
Test results.
Okay. And Grafana, what is Grafana?
Here we are using Grafana as a visualizing the InfluxDB test results. What are stored in InfluxDB? We
Okay.
can create.
Used
We can
Grafana
create the
for
Grafana
visualizing the test results. Whatever
test
results
results.
are stored in the InfluxDB database, you used, did you develop any dashboards on your own, or it is already configured?
I have created a dashboard also.
Can you explain that process? How did you collect the results from JMeter to InfluxDB, and how did you, can you explain that whole process of JMeter integration with those monitoring tools?
First, we will start the JMeter. Launch the JMeter and whatever script. Influx, and next we can run the influx.exe file.
Okay.
Sorry, influxd.exe file. After that, once 2 minutes, we can start the influx.exe file. That is the client, InfluxDB client. And after that, we can start the Grafana server.
Okay.
Default port for and we can create that database in InfluxDB. So we can use the command as a create database. Okay. And we can create by using create measurement using the create measurement command to create the table name. Okay. Where we can store the result. And in JMeter, we can add the
measurement is a table. Measurement is what?
Yeah, table
like structure, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And after that,
what did you do on JMeter side? So nothing to be done on JMeter side?
Yeah. We can done. I will tell. In JMeter, whatever script we want to execute, we can add the backend listener. In that, we can select the drop down backend implementation. We can select the InfluxDB Grafana client. And after that, we can add the
Grafana client. What is the backend listener that you use it there?
Grafana client.
It will not be InfluxDB Grafana client. It should be like InfluxDB client, right?
InfluxDB. Okay, InfluxDB client. I think.
Okay.
And we can add the InfluxDB URL, like host name, port number, database name, and table name.
Do you
Application.
remember what is the default port number of InfluxDB by any chance? Do you remember that?
8086.
Okay.
And application
can we change
name,
the
test
port
name.
number? Can we change the port number of any any application from the default value? We can change the port number. Okay. Continue. Yeah.
I didn't.
You didn't try that. Okay, that's fine. So we can change the port number of any application. In the where do we change? Okay. We can change it in which folder? Any idea, like or any which file we can change the port number? Okay.
I can't remember.
Okay. You can change it in the configuration files. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, please go ahead. So what did you do next? You gave the InfluxDB URL on backend listener as one of the input values. Next, what are the other values you need to configure this or to integrate JMeter with InfluxDB?
Summarizer and summary only, and matrices like 90, 95, 99 percentile, and test name. Okay. We can give all those, and here we can navigate the in a browser localhost 3000 as a Grafana. it will display the Grafana dashboard. We can log into that using the admin default.
So
And
that is the
after
URL
that,
of Grafana. Is that the default URL of Grafana? Localhost colon 3000?
default port of
Default URL and port number. Okay.
port number.
Okay.
And in that we have a add the data source option. We can click on that and select the InfluxDB, whatever we are using the database. That is, we are using the InfluxDB. We can select that, and after that we can add URL of the InfluxDB. And after we can give the database name.
Okay.
That's it. And save. We have at the end we have a save and test. We can click on that. It will show the database is data source is connected, and we found measurements. And after that we can configure. We can create the dashboard.
So what are, for what values did you create dashboards? Or what are the metrics that you represented, or you visualized the, in dashboard, in the Grafana dashboard?
Hits, errors.
Hits per second, error rate. Okay.
Hits per second, error rate, and 90th percentile.
Okay.
Max 80. Maximum.
Okay. So you did not take average response times? You did not create a dashboard for average response times?
Average, yeah, I've taken.
Okay.
Average response
So
time
these are, what are these metrics? Response times, hits per second, throughput. These are all what kind of metrics?
These are the client side metrics.
Okay. How about server side metrics? Did you monitor server side metrics also?
Yeah, server side metrics also. For we used Puffmon and Java Melody for the Java applications.
Okay. Okay. Can you explain that process? How did you use Java Melody tool for monitoring?
First,
is it a licensed one or a open source?
It is a open source and lightweight tool also.
Okay. What do you mean by lightweight? What is
it will consume less memory.
Will consume less CPU and less memory.
Less memory, less CPU and less memory.
Only CPU and memory. How about disk space?
Obviously, CPU and memory will be less. Disk space also will be less.
Okay. So can you explain how did you configure the Java Melody, or can you explain how did you deploy that Java Melody tool?
Okay. First, we can download the Java Melody.jar file and JRobin jar file and JITEX.
Okay.
Those 3 jar files we can save it in a application application bin. WebINF folder. WebINF, Konakat, lib. In that lib.
What is Konakat here?
Oh, sorry, Konakat. Application.
Your application context. Okay.
Yeah, application context. We can save in the WebINF folder.
Okay.
And
you have that set up on your machine? Do you have, that set up on your current, on your personal laptop, or, of course, if it is office laptop, you are not supposed to share. Did you join from personal laptop or office laptop?
Personal laptop only.
Okay. So can you show that, setup?
Yeah, I can show.
How does a Java Melody report looks like?
Okay, I will show.
Okay.
One second.
Yeah. So can you share your screen and can you show the setup if you have it on your local machine? Okay.
Yeah. This is the Konakat application file path.
Okay. Where did you copy those jar files? You mentioned 3 jar files, right? So JRobin.jar, Java Melody.jar, and itext.jar, right? You mentioned 3 jars. Okay. Where did you, no, first show me like, where should we copy those jar files? I'll go to the report.
Okay. Go to the file path, application file path,
Okay.
and you can click on the web apps.
Okay.
Application.
Your application name.
And the next name, webinf.
Okay.
Lib, after that lib folder, we can
Okay.
add it here. Java melody, itex, ijr.
Perfect. Okay. So once you copy these jar files, then what are the next steps? Launch the application. Okay. No, once you copy the jar files, will your application will automatically take those jar files? So what is a jar file, by the way?
The Java archive.
Okay. What is Java archive? What is the meaning of the Java archive?
Java stores the Java classes and objects.
Objects. Is it objects or Java classes? Java archive means collection of Java classes. Okay. Okay. Anyways, now once you copy the jar files, so will your will your application server pick the jar files automatically?
We can restart the application.
Okay, we need to restart the application server, right?
We need to
what
restart the
server is that?
application.
What is that application server that you have shown me just now?
Tomcat server.
Tomcat, okay.
Tomcat application server.
Okay, what are the other application servers? Did you work on any other application servers?
Wildfly.
Wildfly, okay. There is another name for Wildfly. What is it?
JBoss.
JBoss, right. Okay. JBoss was renamed as Wildfly. Okay.
Wildfly.
Okay. And yeah, can you show me the sample report?
Yeah, this is URL.
This is your application
host name.
Application
name. This is the your host name, port number, and application. Place application name.
Okay.
And monitoring.
Monitoring. Okay.
Yeah.
So what is this one? This is the Java Melody URL.
Java Melody URL. You can share like TikTok, like this only.
Okay. What are the metrics that
we can see them?
What metrics did you monitor in this? Like you have a lot of graphs, right? So what are the
CPU, user memory, and hits per second.
Okay.
Errors.
And it is showing only one day, right? So if I want to see like a particular day, for example, so what does it, what is that one day? Which duration does it show by default? No,
total one day it will show.
Last one day? Is it for the last one day?
Yeah, one day only.
Okay.
1 week, month, we can customize.
Okay. Suppose if I want to see, suppose you executed test, last Monday, right? Which is 1 second, which is 6th November, right? Then can we see the, how to see the, okay. We click on
we can select customize dates.
Perfect. Okay. What are the metrics that you monitored? What are the other metrics that you monitored using this Java Melody tool?
Okay, 1 second.
Okay.
CPU, memory,
percent CPU utilization.
Yeah, percent CPU utilization, used memory, percentage errors, and hits per second.
1 second. So this tool is showing CPU utilization. Fine. So what if my CPU utilization is like above 90% consistently? And if you are seeing some high response times, so assume that your CPU utilization is hitting 90 or 100% consistently, and your response times are very high. Your application response times are very high. Then what would you do? What would be your approach? Or what does that tell you? What does that conclude?
Actually, threshold value of the CPU utilization is 80% in Windows, 90% in Linux.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is meant by threshold value?
Limit.
Acceptable limit.
Yeah, acceptable limit.
Okay.
We can stop the test and we can issue root cause analysis.
We should do root cause analysis. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Scroll down. Can you please scroll down and show me like what are other metrics? Can you explain what are the other some important metrics that Java Melody tool will show you?
Yeah. Java memory used
Okay.
and system CPU. These
Okay.
are
What
the
is the Java memory used? What is does it show heap memory utilization?
Yeah, heap memory utilization only.
Okay.
This
So
is the
what is
heap
Java
memory
heap?
utilization.
What do you mean by Java heap?
Memory allocated for the application running on the JVM, sorry.
Okay. So Java memory is the amount of memory allocated for any application running in the JVM.
Application JVM running in the JVM.
Okay. So suppose wait, please wait. So it is showing currently 212 MB out of 1244 MB. Now what if your that means out of what is the meaning of that Java memory used? Can you explain that? And how is it useful? How that metric is useful? Can you explain that?
It consumes how much memory? 20%.
How much memory is allocated now currently for this JVM or this application?
212 MB.
212
total 1244 MB is allocated for this application.
Okay.
Out of 1244 MB used 212 MB.
212 MB is currently being utilized.
Utilized.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now,
And same like that only.
Wait, we'll go to that. Please wait. So if the total 1244 MB is exhausted, so then what happens?
We will get the memory exception, out of memory exception.
Can you please be clear?
Out of memory exception, we will get the out of memory exception.
You'll get OOM errors, right? Out of memory errors. Okay. And what will you do then in that case? If you get out of memory, let's assume that you got where you are running a load test and you got some OOM errors. And where do we see these errors, by the way? The out of memory errors, where do you check that?
Server logs. We can see in the server logs.
Which server logs?
Application server logs.
Application server logs. Okay.
Yeah. You can see in the application server
then
log.
what would be your approach? Let's assume that you got some OOM errors when you are running a load test. And what would you do then? What would be your approach?
We can recommend it to the team to increase the memory for the server.
Okay, can we recommend directly or will you try to optimize the application? Should we optimize the memory utilization or we will go straight away increase the heap memory? You already said that answer. We have to do that root cause analysis first. What is causing high memory utilization, right? Developers should try to optimize that. They have to identify what is the reason for that first. If it can't be optimized, if there is scope for optimization, they have to optimize the heap memory utilization. Otherwise, they need to increase the heap memory. Right? Okay. Perfect. And can you explain, do you have that, do you have that JMeter integration with InfluxDB Grafana setup on your machine by any chance?
InfluxDB Grafana. Yeah, I have.
Okay. Can you show that, please? And explain like what are the input parameters for, on the backend listener client? Okay. So can you explain like how did you configure, how did you integrate JMeter with InfluxDB, Kirti?
First, we can start the InfluxDB database.
Okay.
And after that, we can start the DB client.
Okay.
In that we can navigate the commands like a show database. It will show what are the database are available, and show measure using the show measurement commands. It will show all the table names.
Okay.
And after that we can add the backend listener to the any one of the script to the JMeter script, and in that I have used the InfluxDB listener client, InfluxDB latest version. In that I have selected backend listener implementation as a InfluxDB backend listener client.
Okay.
And in this InfluxDB URL added a host name and port number, and API v2 means we have a API token. InfluxDB creates users to API token.
Where did you get this token value?
In InfluxDB dashboard. Latest version we have a InfluxDB dashboard also.
Okay.
In that every user get one token. API token. In that we can use the API by using this this URL.
Which
configure.
InfluxDB version did you use now for this integration? What is the InfluxDB version that you used?
8.10 10.2. Sorry, 2.4. Sorry.
2.4. Okay, wonderful. This is the latest one. Okay.
Yeah, latest one.
Okay.
In that we can add the organization name also. We can create when open when in InfluxDB dashboard, and we can bucket here. Bucket means database name.
Okay.
And application name, and that we can give the test title. Okay. And also we can
so what do you generally
pass
give the test name place, test title place, what do you generally give?
Load test or anything we can give.
Okay.
What type of test we can give them.
Perfect. Okay.
What type of test you can give. Application name, whatever test application name we can give.
Okay.
Up to our choice. And summary only false. This is the latest version actually.
Perfect. Okay.
In Grafana.
All right. So I'll thanks, Kirti. I'll stop your screen share. Okay. And can you go to Influx console and show the what data it collected? So do you have any data collected in those tables? You have shown me some tables, right? Can you show how to check the data in that tables?
In InfluxDB.
In InfluxDB console, yes.
It will take more time to start actually.
No, you already started InfluxDB and it is running, right? Yes or no? You executed some commands also, right? You have shown me the table.
Yeah.
So how to check the data in the table? Can you show me the data here in those tables, whatever data is stored in that?
Select the star from
copy the table name. Just copy the table name. Don't type it. Okay. Copy any of those table names. Select that, enter, and remove that. Yes. Right.
It's not
right click there. Right click chair.
Okay.
Okay. Now tell me what is this? Hold on. Yeah. Now, so let me do something. Oh, wait, please wait. What are these values? 169,497. What are those values?
Timestamp value.
Those are time. What is that timestamp? Or in which format is that? Or what do we call that? 16949. You see some number over there, right?
Yeah, epoch time
Right.
series.
That is Unix epoch timestamp. Okay, perfect. Okay. And do you have, did you create any dashboards also? Can you show the dashboards if you have?
In Grafana, I will show. One second.
Okay. So I see a nice quote on the desktop, your desktop. Okay.
What time? Date, date was 17th October. So date ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ actually.
Yes. Now it is selected. Check the timestamp. You have the timestamp, right? So go and check, what does the timestamp correspond to? On which date you executed the test? Go to your InfluxDB,
It is not
right?
written.
And convert the timestamp. Can you, yes, copy one of the timestamp values? Okay, that is September 17th, right?
Yeah, September 17.
Okay. Now go to Grafana. And what was the time that you selected before? September 17th only, right? Okay, see the time
Yeah,
range.
time in 0 to 23.
Ah, then
So
why
I'm
are you
getting
not
one.
getting those values?
Deleted.
Refresh, click on refresh once. Oh, you created some dashboards for login transaction count, max, etc., etc. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
Kirti, fair enough.
created and
Okay,
executed
that's
also.
fine. That's fine. So you
Yeah.
can look into it later. Okay. I'm stopping your
Okay.
screen share. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you. Wonderful. Now, so can you explain, did you identify any performance issues, by the way, for your current project or current client or last project? And what are those issues that you identified? So I'll ask you a few last questions. So what issues did you identify and what recommendations you have provided?
I have seen a TPS degradation issue.
Mhm.
Means first we have run with the 1,000 users, so we can uh, seen TPS as a 390. After that, after 15 minutes, we can again we can run the test executions. We have seen that 250 TPS as a TPS with respect to response time. So like that, we have executed all the test executions. We seen the TPS degradation. So yeah, for that we have seen in the those are seen in the app, I mean, monitoring tools.
Okay.
And taken the screenshot and given to the developer team to see in that issue.
Okay.
And they solved and given back to the I mean, yeah, acknowledgement. We tested those tests.
Okay.
Already we done with the test executions.
Mm. Okay. Any other?
And thread pool consumption.
Okay. Can you elaborate? What is that?
When we have tested for tested for 1,000 users for the load test, we have seen the in a log file error as a thread per child setting.
Okay.
So we have recommended to developer team to increase the threads to 122 to 40 threads. After increasing those tests, we can done with the test executions. We have not seen any issues.
After increasing that setting, okay, you re-executed a test and you confirmed that there are no issues.
And another one is OMM issue. Like we can increase the server.
What is the issue?
OOM issue.
OOM issue. Okay. Out of memory issues. Okay.
Yeah, out of memory issue. We recommended to change those server memory to 12 to 16 GB.
And I also see, like, what is this Nmon? I also see some monitoring tools in your CV like Nmon, and what are those? Can you elaborate, like how did you use and where did you use those? Nmon and Nmon analyzer.
Those are Linux monitoring tools. So we can, by using the Nmon, we can see the CPU, memory, all those things of CPU, memory, network utilization. Those are seen in a Linux machine.
Okay. So what is, what is Confluence, or what did you use Confluence for?
Confluence is the documentation purpose. We use it Confluence for documentation purpose.
Okay.
We save artifactories in a Confluence.
Your project artifacts. You saved the
project artifacts.
in Confluence.
Artifacts.
What?
Jenkins use it for the automation, continuous delivery purpose.
Okay, CI/CD to build.
Yeah, continuous delivery purpose. Simply we can create the job in Jenkins. We can automate our JMeter scripts to run. We can build the job. Then it will automatically trigger the results to the build.
Okay. So WinSCP, what did you use WinSCP for, and FileZilla for?
WinSCP means to connect the Windows machines.
We have remote desktop connection, right? For Windows.
Yeah, like that remote desktop connections as well.
Okay, for Linux boxes, to connect to Linux boxes.
Linux boxes to Windows to Linux boxes.
Windows to Linux boxes. Okay.
Yeah.
What is the FileZilla? What did you use FileZilla for? And
FileZilla for file transfer purpose.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Kirti. Yeah, fair enough. So just going through your summary, professional. So you have experience on both LoadRunner and JMeter, right?
Yes.
Okay. So what is the latest version of LoadRunner? Any idea what is the latest version of LoadRunner and what is the JMeter latest version?
JMeter is 5.6.2.
Okay. So any idea, like, what is the, Any new features added in this 5. In the latest JMeter version?
Open thread model group.
What is that? Open
Oh.
model thread.
Open model thread group.
Okay. Did you get a chance to use that open model thread too?
No, I didn't get.
Okay.
Actually, I'm using the 5.5.
Okay, fair enough. Okay. Okay, Kirti. Thank you. So do you have any questions for me before we wrap up this this meeting?
Please suggest me to how can I improve my
Yeah. Any questions for me, Kirti?
is this role for an individual contributor or team member role?
Okay. So that it can be both. It can be either team member or mostly it will be team member role only. Okay. So do you have any experience working as an individual contributor or you worked only as a team member till now?
I worked in a team member only till now. I didn't get any chance to work in a IC role.
Okay. Any other questions?
Any APM tools in your organization, what are the APM tools you are using?
Yeah, so we mostly use Dynatrace. And also like, as we are in, product based, most of the product based companies use they have different tools being used by different clients. Different APM tools will be used by different clients. So based on their feasibility. Any other questions before we wrap up?
In your organization, what are the preferable tools to monitor the performance for the applications?
Monitoring tools, it depends on the project. So it depends whether it is a cloud-based application or on-prem application. Mostly cloud-based application. Nowadays, all the applications are migrated to cloud, right? So if it is AWS, we use AWS CloudWatch or Azure Insights. If the application is running on Azure, we use Azure Insights. So yeah.
In your organization, what are the tools preferable? Is this industry standards tools or in-house standards tools?
Yeah, we are using industry standard tools only, like LoadRunner, JMeter, or NeoLoad.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else?
That's all from my side.
Okay.
Thank you.
Kirti. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for your time. Nice talking to you.
Thank you.